So these are the Jaybird Vista 2s. Now, design-wise, these earbuds are basically identical to their predecessors. However, the Vistas do have some big upgrades under the hood, like active noise cancellation and ambient mode, and a slightly longer battery life. Now, just like before, the Vistas are tailored towards active people. But if you want, these earbuds can always double as everyday carry earbuds if you want them to. Regarding pricing, the Vistas 2s retail for $200, whereas the original Vistas can be had for $150. Now, overall, even though the Vistas do have their shortcomings, these earbuds are still a good option for any outdoor runner looking for earbuds because of their unique fit and very small case. And if you want, they can also double as everyday carry earbuds. The Vistas are a good medium between sports earbuds like the Sony WF-SP800N and everyday earbuds like AirPods. Nonetheless, if you want to pick these earbuds up, they'll be linked down below. Now, first let's talk about this case. Now, the Vista 2's case isn't all that different from the original Vista's case. It's roughly the same size, and we've got the same clamshell design. The only major difference is that this case now has a slightly powdered outside, whereas the original case had a slightly soft touch finish to it. But overall, I really don't have any complaints about this case. It's decently small, it charges via a USB-C port, it's got strong magnets in it, and it isn't super noticeable when you've got it in your pocket. However, one major upgrade on this case is that it now has wireless charging. Now, personally, I don't really care about wireless charging on my earbuds, but I do want to point it out either for the people that have a phone that supports power sharing, or if you've already invested in multiple wireless charging mats. Now, when it comes to battery life, the Vista 2s do have a slightly longer battery life than the originals. Now, the Vista 2s have an advertised combined battery life of 24 hours. The earbuds themselves can go for 8 straight hours, which is good for you marathon runners, and the case can supply 2 additional charges. Whereas with the originals, they have an advertised combined battery life of 16 hours. However, the Vista 2's advertised combined battery life of 24 hours is with its active noise cancellation turned off. With its active noise cancellation turned on, the Vista 2s are good for about 18 hours of playback time. The earbuds themselves can go for 6 straight hours, and the case can supply those 2 additional charges. And for comparison's sake, battery life performance on the Vista 2s is very similar to that of the Beats Studio Buds. Now, I know the Vista 2s and the Beats Studio Buds aren't an apples-to-apples comparison, but I'm just trying to get you situated as to where the Vista 2s fall in today's current marketplace. But now let's talk about fit, because this is the main standout characteristic about these earbuds. The Vistas are a pair of in-ear earbuds. However, these earbuds don't fit like your standard pair of in-ear earbuds, like let's say the Galaxy Buds Plus, which actually go into your ear canal a decent amount. The Vistas are a pair of shallow-fitting in-ear earbuds. However, the Vistas don't go into your ear canal all that much. The Vistas are even more shallow-fitting than, let's say, the AirPods Pro or Jabra Elite 85Ts. What this means is that the Vistas are a great option for someone who might not like in-ear earbuds period, but still want to be able to passively block out noise, which is something that you just can't do with your standard AirPods or Galaxy Buds Live. But also, the Vistas offer a more secure fit than your standard in-ear earbuds because they have built-in ear fins. Now, unfortunately, you can't independently choose your ear tips and ear fins, but nonetheless, the Vistas offer a very secure fit that doesn't feel as intrusive as in-ear earbuds, all while still being able to passively block out ambient noise. So overall, the Vistas are a good medium between your normal earbuds like AirPods and in-ear earbuds like the Galaxy Buds Plus. And also, just putting it out there, these earbuds are also rocking an IP68 rating, meaning that they aren't afraid of getting dirty or wet. Now, when it comes to connectivity, each earbud establishes a connection with your phone. So if you just want to use one earbud at a time, you can use either one, it doesn't matter. And this is the connection setup that we expect to see from our earbuds nowadays. Now, for my power users, these earbuds can only be connected to one device at a time. However, switching from one device to another isn't too bad with these earbuds. All you gotta do is just go into your device's Bluetooth menu and reestablish a new connection. And once the earbuds see that there's another device that wants to connect to them, they'll just switch over pretty quickly. But more importantly, when it comes to performance, these earbuds have a zero latency across the board when watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. Connectivity here is stable, which was a big issue for the Jaybird Run way back in the day. And when it comes to audio codecs, these earbuds have support for SBC and AAC. But now let's talk about actually listening to music with these earbuds. For starters, these earbuds have a fully customizable EQ, so you can always just go in and make them sound however you want. But performance-wise, overall, these sound okay. They have decent enough instrument separation and they have good sounding bass. However, the bass on these earbuds mostly just resonates. It doesn't actually hit, like let's say the bass found on the Beats Studio Buds. However, I do gotta point out that at higher volumes, anything past 90% volume, these earbuds do start to get a little distorted. If there's a lot of high ends, then the top of that might get a little fuzzy. And at higher volumes, these earbuds do start to sound a little narrow, so you mostly end up hearing just vocals and bass because the instrumentals do end up getting lost. Overall, these earbuds sound okay, but they are starting to trail behind similarly priced options, like let's say the Galaxy Buds Pro, Beats Studio Buds, or Sony WF-SP800N. Now, when it comes to controlling your media, these earbuds are using physical buttons. And again, this is something that could be a big deal for athletes because this way you don't got to worry about messing around with touchpads. It's just more accurate. And through Jaybird's app, you can customize the layout of your controls. But the important thing here is that you can play and pause your music, skip through your music, cycle between your ANC settings, and adjust the volume, all from the earbuds themselves. You don't got to whip out your phone if you're in the middle of a run. But now let's talk about the active noise cancellation on these earbuds. Unfortunately, it's not all that impressive. The ANC on these earbuds can block out some low frequency sounds like road noise or the constant hum of an AC unit, but it really struggles to block out higher frequency sounds like chatter. Overall, the ANC on these earbuds helps, but it doesn't really do much. And when it comes to ranking, the Vistas block out noticeably less noise than the Beats Studio Buds and Galaxy Buds Pro, and they don't block out anywhere near as much noise as the AirPods Pro and especially the Sony WF-1000XM4s. However, I feel that for a pair of workout earbuds like these, their ambient mode is way more important than their active noise cancellation because you really want to be aware of your surroundings, either if you're out jogging through the streets or if you're just on a hike in the woods. And overall, the ambient mode on these earbuds is good. It sounds very natural with a little bit of hissing in the background. However, I did find that the best ambient mode settings for these earbuds is with it set all the way up and with wind noise reduction set to low. I found that if you have a wind noise reduction set to normal or to high, it starts to sound like you've got water in your ears. And besides, since the microphones on these earbuds are covered by fabric, they do a really good job of rejecting wind noise, either if you're running or just walking outdoors. However, just keep in mind, the ambient mode on these earbuds let in everything. So if a siren rolls by, your ears are going to get blasted. But finally, here's the microphone test for the Jaybird Vista 2s. Now, this microphone certainly isn't the best sounding microphone out there because there is a little bit of static in the background, but this microphone is good enough for like a quick, informal phone call while in a quiet room. And when compared to the original Vistas, the Vista 2s do sound a little better. They have a little better clarity and they have a little less static in the background. However, one major issue with the microphone sound on the Vista 2s is that it doesn't block out any ambient noise. So if you're trying to take a phone call while you're out and about or while in the middle of a run, you're gonna have a bad time. But with all that being said, even though the Jaybird Vista 2 do have their shortcomings like a run-of-the-mill active noise cancellation and a so-so sounding microphone, the Vista 2s are still a good option to consider if you're a runner, hiker, or some other outdoor athlete. Most importantly, what really sets the Vista 2s apart is their fit. They offer a very secure fit and passively block out a decent amount of noise without actually having to go into your ear canals, which just make them very comfortable to wear for long periods of time, and they don't start to fall out as much when they get very sweaty. The Vista 2s also now have an ambient mode, which is great for safety if you're working out outside, and they also offer up to 18 hours of playback time, even with their ambient mode turned on. And they offer all of this in a relatively small package. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. If you want to pick any of the products up mentioned in this video, those will be linked in the description down below, and you can also support the channel by checking out the merch store. But other than that, I'll catch you next time.